Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the, I think, was it Developer Diary 8? I think this is the 8th one that we've done, isn't it?
Developer Diary 8, please don't give us hate.
You've taken to rhyming today. You did that earlier as well. What's going on? Hey, Cryptic. Hello, Pedro. Who else have we got here? Centurion and Khan. Hello, hello. Oh, and Stoner. Hey, how you doing? Joining me today we've got Max, as usual.
Yeah.
Yeah. But today we've also got Hobbsy as well. He was supposed to be on last week, but unfortunately there was a bit of an emergency at home, so he couldn't join us. But you're here today, aren't you?
Hello, yes I am. Yeah.
And Hobbs is one of our 3D modelers, and he's also doing a bit of 2D art, which is pretty amazing. He did all of this stuff that you're seeing on the screen now. All of that.
Did indeed.
I think you've done a little bit more, haven't you? If I go into single player setup, can I see a bit more of what you've done over the past week or two?
You should be able to, yeah.
Okay. So, this isn't 100% complete yet, this particular menu, but if we go to our game options, we can see that Hobbs has been working on the little menu for game options. We've got open, closed teams, various different income rates, and that, of course, is spread across all the victory rate, normal research, blah, 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 blah. We've got outlaws off and on, pirates. Oh, it's a little Orion flag. That's nice. But the SFC one.
That one is... I think so. I can't remember now. There's so many.
And then we've got various different fleet sizes. All looking really nice. Quick start on or off, and events on or off. Pretty nice. I'm liking it. Max has done a little bit of work over the past week. Specifically...
Don't you want to show the victory?
Yeah, the victory options are done as well
have
now.
we got, oh, all right. Okay, okay.
You know
okay.
the cool little thing that Hobbs made with the...
Ah, yes.
It's in
So,
there.
we've got various different victory options. Allied victory can be off or on. Occupation victory can be off or on. Research victory can be off or on. Fairly simple. All seems fairly prosaic, doesn't it? Last capital standing can be off or on. Last flagship standing can be off or on. And last, but by no means least, diplomatic victory can be off, as we're seeing now, or it can be on.
Hey, by the way, welcome to the stream Starfish. If I'm not mistaken, that's the same Starfish that did those really cool videos of Armada 3.
Oh, Starfish 1 it is! Oh, hey Starfish, how you doing, my man? Absolutely
Yes,
adore your videos. I really hope you'll make some videos of Ages of the Federation when it comes out as well.
Yes.
It would be remarkable. Max is Dutch indeed. Yes, he is.
Unfortunately. Sure.
This is a new-ish mod. We've been working on it for a little bit, and we're really happy with the way it's coming out. It's another Sins mod, Stoner. Yeah, I think we're all quite pleased. But yes, I hope you appreciate the little joke that we have there for diplomatic victory.
Joke, it's dead serious.
If diplomatic victory is on, of course you will live long and indeed prosper.
That just depends on which team you're on, to be fair.
That's very, very true. But if we go into game, I've already loaded it up once, so the load time should be fairly quick. Hopefully.
Note, I made a push.
You did a what now?
A push, but it's not important. It's nothing you need right now.
Did you pushity poop? Hobbs' favourite biscuit is probably Hobnobs. Can you confirm?
Can confirm.
I do like Hobnobs. I don't like chocolate-covered Hobnobs, though.
Is that cannibalism? I don't know.
Oh, God. Let's see what kind of star we have. This is a standard star, which unfortunately isn't what we're looking for. Let's quit out, and then just come into another random match. This is probably going to happen a couple of times here, folks, so I apologise. Cryptic says Guten Tag, which I don't know is in fact Dutch.
German!
Dutch is something like ha 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 ha. ATF is based post ENT and pre TOS. Yeah, that's about right, Overseer.
It's literally ENT to TOS.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's late, I'd say. But let's see what we got over here. Well, I think you guys have seen this particular star before. This is the black hole variant. So we, of course, have got the star with all the light and all of the nice things being sucked in by a black hole. I really like this one. You made this a long time ago, didn't you? And
Back for black.
yeah, we were going to do
Strategic
something called
Operations.
Axanar Strategic Operations many moons ago.
Back when I was still skinny and Chris could still have children.
What?
Oh
I mean,
my.
technically, I could probably still have children, but finding a woman who will tolerate my idiocies is difficult. Right, let's continue onwards.
Oh, shall we?
Keep trying to find the correct star. Gold being diplomatic, that's a good one. Oh, you know. Yes, we're pretty pleased with the menus that we've got so far. They're by no means done. We need to do a hell of a lot more
I'm
with the menu.
scared.
Max, what is I love you in Dutch? Whatever it is, it's probably going to sound like typewriters wrapped in tinfoil being thrown down the stairs, but...
While being processed in a garbage disposal unit.
have we got another bleeding black hole? I'm absolutely enraged.
When Arran Jesus is not in your favor.
It really isn't. I'm not winning today. Do we have any multi-star maps?
I don't think we have.
Multi, random huge multi.
I don't know if they work.
Do you know what? We'll try it. If it crashes the game, it crashes the game. That's fine. Just turn everything off. Oh, this is nice too. I've never noticed this menu. Very nice. Oh, we've got new flags as well.
Yep, I'm working on them at the moment, actually.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, so we've got lots of new flags, which are all Trek-based flags, with a couple of notable exceptions. We've got this one, which is the stellar parallax symbol.
And there's no other Easter egg flag in there whatsoever.
And there's absolutely no other Easter egg flag whatsoever at all there.
Let's
Nope.
keep that to the people.
No screenshots.
Yep. Right, let's start this one off, see if it crashes, and if it doesn't, we will hopefully be able to see one of the stars that I actually want to show you, which would be nice. Sona says, I remember Axanar, I was excited about that one, but understand why you couldn't continue. Well, fortunately for us, it's much less of an issue now, the ongoing legal battle between...
It's no longer ongoing. It's been settled.
Well, I mean, they're still arguing, aren't they? But the legal battle has been settled between Paramount CBS. 2 Gorn flags, Kazinti, yep, right you are. Very good, Centurion.
Put on the Twitch stream as well.
Yes, we have used some of the Axanar aesthetics. Quite right.
Yeah.
You never told us what you never told us what I love you is in Dutch.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it.
Why not? Is it because you don't love us?
I'm afraid that Cryptic will just send me letters and, you know, fingernails and stuff like that. I sent you my fingernail trimmings.
Cryptic would like me to say she sells seashells on the seashore for some reason. I hope you enjoyed that.
Beaches of the sunny Seychelles.
Seashells. It looks like we might be in luck here. This is... Oh, I love this. This is the new Pulsar, which Max made a couple of days ago. So this is one of the new stars that you'll be seeing. It's amazing. It's so beautiful.
I made the jet stream slightly off axis.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
I love the lightning.
It's so... it's
I'm really
beautiful.
happy with the lightning.
Yes, you are. It's beautiful.
One thing that it doesn't do, ultimately, is it won't last forever depending on how far out you go. Just for example, we can sit
fix that.
here. Can we? I think we should fix that.
And we could take...
Take a picture of that. Right, let's see what other kind of
Thank you,
stars that
Carl.
we've got.
Thank you, Stoner.
I think this is the other one that I wanted to look at as well, so that's very nice. This is the Magnetar. And I really like this one as well, because it's got the beautiful swirls and eddies, solar eruptions on it, which I think has turned out beautifully.
A bit of a trick getting that going.
Yeah. Well, it's a circular texture, isn't it, that you're having go round and round, or several
Yeah,
circular
but, you know, getting it to be in the right position was a bit of a trick.
Yes, yeah. So if you're turning the camera around too often, it does It pops a little bit, but...
Yeah, the thing is, if you look at it from the top, it gets a bit wonky, but from the side, it gets good.
But, and as I say...
indeed, Centurion intends magnetic fields.
The fellows. So, yeah, they're the two new stars that we've got in game at the moment. I don't know if there are going to be more. They may well be.
I'm going to add a red one and a white one, and that's it.
Excellent. And of course, you're working on something a little bit different. This
green stars are not a thing in real life.
They indeed are not. You're working on something a little bit different today, aren't you? I think you're working on asteroid fields.
I was going to do that, but I was actually just finishing up some explosions
Okay.
for the ships. Finished the Romulan explosion set. Still need to make them in the files, so I need to do it. I need to add them to explosion data.
Okie dokie. Thanks very much for all those kind words, folks. It's really nice that you're enjoying seeing what we've done so far. Now, one of the things that I need to do today, one of the things that I'll be doing is, you can see that we've got all these main view icons now that denote various different types of ships. Oh, hello, Enterprise. We've also put some more of these pictures in down here, which denotes the relative power of a ship against other types of things. I put a few more of those in. I think I did some during the last stream and the remainder afterwards. But I need to transfer these symbols, which denote different ship classes, over to the Empire window, because the Empire window we've done nothing with at this point.
I think I'm going to be working on that ability.
Alright, cool. Did anybody get what this symbol was, by the way, folks? You can see it best up here. What symbol is this that my mouse is next? If anybody can tell me what that is, I'll be delighted.
No, just don't give them away.
No, I'm not going to give it away. I might give them a sneaky little nod. The NX is a nice all-rounder. It's a nice early ship for you to have, and that's why we've actually created the Enterprise herself. We're not doing heroes in the way that we did on STA3, so each race is going to start with a named ship, which is going to help with your early colonisation efforts. Now, it's up to you whether you want to protect the ship or whether you indeed just let it do its thing. It isn't going to benefit you any more than another ship of its class would. So this, to all intents and purposes, is a stock NX class. It's not any better than any other NX class, only it's got Captain Archer on it. That's the only difference, is we've given it a particular name and it has a particular set of voice files. That's it. Nothing more. And likes this stream. Oh, thank you. People are saying that they haven't got any idea what this symbol up here is. I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
Crazy Vogue figured it out.
Oh, has he? Oh, what's that you're saying, Crazy Vulcan? You say it's from Orville? What's this Orville? I mean, I've never heard of that in Star Trek.
I thought it was from Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest.
Oh, that's a film.
Remember that year when we made the Galaxy Quest ship as a...
To anyone that knows a bit of tinkering in Sins of a Solar Empire, the mesh and textures of the NSCA Protector are actually still in the mod, waiting for you to use it.
Yes, indeed. This is the Orville symbol. We wanted to have it in there because I think we universally, our entire dev team really enjoys the Orville, and we feel.
Whoa, cryptic! You take that back, sir. That place is reserved for Captain Janeway, and you know it.
Captain Strangeways.
Captain Schizophrenia and one.
You know what? We can change the long distance galaxy indicators, can't we?
Yeah.
I think we should do that because they're hideous. Anyhow, that's something for another time. One thing I've just noticed, Max,
cool ideas for that.
is the Pulsar. Even at long distances, once you've had it render in once, it's the image stays. Look.
Not always.
If you go far enough out, does it do other things? Oh, there it goes. Yeah, you have to be quite a long way away for it to stop rendering. That. Anyhow, yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing today. A little bit of coding to try and get some of the windows in. Let's in fact, let's pause and minimize the game for the time being, and do some coding. Any plans for voice work at this point? Well, I expect that we will still be utilising some of the voice sets that we already had in play. I think that's fair to say, isn't it, Max?
Yeah, very fair.
So we'll be using some of those. It may be that we want unique voice sets, maybe even from voice actors at some point. We were lucky enough in the last mod in STA3 to get a couple of really great voice actors to donate their voices to us. Big thanks to them.
Is that a humble brag or?
No, we actually got some really good voice actors.
No, I'm not a good voice actor.
Yeah, Cardassians.
I'm not one of the good voice actors. Yeah, we had a couple of great.
Work
voice
the miners to death if you must.
Rule Cardassia rules the waves.
Waves? Gravitational waves, of course.
Yes, of course.
I've just done a push, FYI.
Oh my. Well, before I do anything, I should probably do a pull. Hey, oh, dirty. There we go. So we've got more explosions and race logo screen string. That's nice. Right. Now that we've done that, I need to get into the window folder, look up AOTF ship icons. We'll do close orbit this. Excuse me, otherwise. Now that we've got that, this shows us all of our different ship types, main view icon, main icons for everything. And I'll also need to go into the game info folder. And we'll start with a Feds. And we'll make sure that I'm doing the right thing. So if I go to Fed Cap Colony, open her up, the thing that I'm looking for is likely... We've already got the main view icon in, which is what we needed, but there are several others that we need changed over. If I could remember where they lived, here they are. We've got HUD icon, small HUD icon, and info card icon. Info card icon wants to be the same as the build button in the way that I've done it. And the HUD icon is indeed the build button.
Does it need to be, though?
I want it to be. That's the way I've set it up size-wise.
Fair enough.
Gul, you ruined the second greatest song in history. I'm not sorry. So it's HUD icon, the small HUD icon, other things that we want to change here. So let's take the main icon. Colony cap, right?
I need an overtime modifier on it.
Search for colony.
Buff.
Main icon, colony cap. Probably the one that we want. We'll grab that main icon and we will paste it over small HUD icon. Very simple piece of work, but monotonous. Now that we've done that, and that's reloaded, it may or may not work. Do a little bit of jiggery pokery. If it doesn't, that's fine. Let's spawn an entity. Button. Spawn an entity. Capital ship. Federation. Body. I done what I wanted. Oh, I've got it paused. Move this out of the way. And we can see that we've got two of our colony ships here. Now, one thing that I do immediately note, in fact it's something I noted the other day but had forgotten about, is those particular icons, they're rotated 90 degrees. Yeah. So, maybe I'll have to do a little bit of jiggery pokery with that myself. It shouldn't be too difficult for me to do. Shouldn't. Find the textures. I was hoping not to...
The PSD for this one.
Have you put that in references, or have you put it into...
It's in the game folder.
Okay, in textures. Let's see what we have. AOTF for Chris? It's not that one, is it?
It's icon, it's the large one. Ship icon's large.
Ship icon's large. Let's open that up. Hey, Technicist! My hand lad van hat I and han will leave. It would be V rather than me. But...
Kelva.
Every time.
Golden Cat, Bio, Funny as Fuck, Evil Git, Backstabber, Time Magazine's Man of the Year, joining Hitler and Stalin. Well, thank you. What's the inspiration for these ship icons? I believe, well, this is Max's design, and I believe you said something, Max, about what were they called? War thingamajiggy NATO designs.
Yeah.
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 So what I'm actually going to do, guys, I'm going to. Oh, hang on. Oh, this is magnificent. I like this. I like this a lot. Oh. Confused. Oh, this is the cap base.
You don't want to use the base. You've got to rotate the ones at the end.
Okay. So all I need to do is if I do Control T, rotate them by 90 degrees.
If you turn on the grid, the layer of the grid, you can select them. Hold down Shift. What's happening?
Something horrific has happened.
Yeah. Here's what you do. Unselect it.
Just
undo it.
Never. Right.
If you override that file, I will end you. By the way.
I'll do what I want.
No, not in this case. Now, turn on the grid.
What's the grid?
Layer. There's a layer called the grid. Something grid.
Hello. Now what do you want from me?
Now just Control T it and just make sure that it's in the center of the grid, because that's the size.
Ah, okay. Well, it's not.
Why are you not using Shift?
Yeah, Shift would
Snap it to angles.
What?
right. Undo that.
You undo that.
We will learn you.
I don't want you to learn me.
Learn.
All right. So if I hold
It will
shift,
learn you!
what happens if I hold shift? Oh! Oh, that's cool. And then I just have to move it around a bit. Would be the correct.
Also, make sure it's centered.
Look, it wasn't centered before. Look. Now it's centered. But the base thing.
They're all centered.
Should we step back, shall we? Let's step backward a couple of times. What's this over the edge? What is it? Maxi Mouse?
Not the point, Chris.
Oh.
You didn't do
I
it
can
right.
see the point.
Actually, it's not over the edge because the edge is 2 pixels thick. That's the literal edge of the thing, and also you'll see that the
Captain Pedantic is pedantic.
Isn't in the middle either.
that's because the image is not, because the center is not from the selection.
Cool, man.
No,
You
no,
can hear the bit where he just starts
No.
nodding and goes,
1 pixel up.
Oh.
Move that quality cap up 1 pixel, please.
I've done it!
No, the color. There's a delay, you know.
You're a delay, you know.
Maybe.
Look, I didn't ask for this.
Yes, you did.
For this massive responsibility that you've thrust upon me.
Yes. Massive.
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 Humongous.
Humongous. What's with humongous?
Why is this one different? No, it was right first time. Is it important that we adjust this one, the one with a wrench? I'll do it anyway. Don't need. I quite clearly don't need to do this one, but I will do this one. I don't like this level of responsibility. Why is this not in the right place? Look, this can't be described.
oh dear.
Nope, that's still wrong.
I shouldn't look at this. It'll give me.
Yeah, I'm good.
I gotta look away now.
It's right. It's all good.
I don't believe you.
It's fine. Everything's as it should be.
Right.
The thing that I really don't like is I know at some point in the very near future I'm going to have to change the bloody alphas.
No, you don't really, because you can just copy the RGB and just paste it in the alpha, because it doesn't have anything special when it comes to transparency.
Oh god.
How do I change the center point of rotation then? It just rotates around the blob, right?
It rotates around the little thing at the little weedy thing you can drag that with Alt.
I'm ready.
You're definitely not ready.
No, I'm just going to move it all manually. I know you like it when I do that.
I'm trying to find one buff in the stock game which does damage over time.
That one.
Yes.
I think it's denoted as damage over time.
Find a periodic action of doing damage. Can't find it. Trying to find it. You know of an ability in A3 that does that? Yes, I know of an ability in A3 that will make my life easier.
Hey, how do I turn on rules?
Control R.
Thanks.
Buff.
Bill always tells the truth, even when he lies. Look, what have I done wrong this time? What's wrong now? Everything is in the right place, just as planned. Look at all the cool things I'm doing. This is exactly, precisely what I wanted to do today. I presume you guys are happy with about right, yeah?
You know you can select multiple layers and rotate them all at once, then just move them around.
Oh, what kind of
No, they won't. What? But won't they all rotate from the
Oh,
center?
no.
Yeah, it'll rotate around the same axis, but then if he's moving them anyway, then he might as well.
No, that's not going to work, because then he might as well have rotated the entire image now, wouldn't he?
I could have done that?
Yeah, but then you'd have to recalculate every position for everything.
Calculate.
You could do that, but I don't see what the point
Oh, God.
is. Oh, no.
Roll Z.
9. That one's not straight.
Isn't it?
Cryptic streams groan. Go, I swear to God, I will backhand the shit out of you if you don't fix it. No, Cryptic, don't leave it to me. I don't want to do this tedious shit.
They have to be quite low. They have to be fairly simple, Centurion, otherwise they simply don't. Red Shirt Gaming says, I'm precisely eating a taco. A Taco Bell. Woo! Isn't that swell?
Map buff unstable asteroid field cap target and buff unstable asteroid field frig target. Yeah.
Oh. Why are you... Oh God, no, don't do that. A new rule.
Entity manifest.
Hate doing art stuff.
Art stuff doesn't particularly like you either.
Bloody surprised considering the way I treat it. I treat art like the drunkest girl at the party, I really do.
Well, you mean you tuck her in bed and make sure she doesn't get abused?
Absolutely.
Safety cell right there, some flak. Now, how sensitive people can get these days.
God no, let's not discuss this.
Map ability.
What's bugging you? Which one are you telling me that isn't centered? The N1 isn't centered. Fix that.
Oh yeah, it isn't. Oh, that bugs me as well. Colony frigate.
Fixed it now. Shut it, you tarts.
Plural.
Ones have I not done?
Artillery cruiser, starbase construction.
Done so much. I've worked so hard. I'm almost tempted to make everything off center on purpose.
Oh, please.
No, it'll bug you as well.
Ah!
I didn't know.
Why you make me do all the art? Actually, in your defense, you didn't make me do that.
You know, when I was in the academy.
Right. Okay, so now that I've done that, what's the easiest way that I can go about making the alpha channel go? Folks?
No.
This is one for either of you. I need to copy all of these onto the alpha channel. How can I do this?
Here's what you do. Here's what you do.
Alpha.
You flatten everything.
I duplicate.
You know where you turn off the grid?
Duplicate it and flatten it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't need to duplicate it. First, you save this as a separate file. As like, you know, as info cards or something. Or whatever, you know, the Empire tree.
Alright, saved it.
Then what you do is you merge visible.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem for me unless you tell me how to find it.
Right click a layer.
Yeah. It's easy, isn't it? Alright, so then I can grab this. Go Control C.
Yeah, just paste it in a separate layer, a separate image, and then you undo. Just copy that, and then paste it in a separate image.
So.
No, just Control A.
Oh, you want me to? Oh, okay.
I want you to copy it in a separate image.
I don't like it when you make me confused.
Right. Remember, I'm watching this with a delay.
Alright, so if I go Control A, go in here, grab this, and then Control V. Go. The alpha done.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Isn't it?
No, what you want to do is you want to paste in a separate image first for a sec.
Aye?
Separate image, you know, file new, and then paste it.
So?
I don't know what he's doing.
Waiting for the stream to catch up.
Oh, I know why he wants me to do this.
Because then you can Control Z the changes of the merging.
Yeah, I've got it.
And paste the alpha.
Do a load of stepping backward. Presume what you're actually wanting me to do. Get back far enough so all of this turns.
So it's all still in the layers.
And then go to the alpha.
And then paste it in there.
Grab this.
Control Alt Z. Save you some clickety work. Yeah. Now you paste it from the paste the alpha from the other image. And then you save it as a separate PUSDA.
I've already saved it as a separate PUSDA.
I mean, just say you can now save it, and then you save it as a tagger.
I'll save that. Just called it the same icon thing, and I've called it upright. Figure that'll do. Right. We're good. Forgotten what I called it.
I will end you. Right. Map ability unstable asteroid field name. Unstable asteroid field.
Let's go back. So, finally.
Ooh, I need to
One
look
thing
at
I'm
string files
quick
because I
looking
know
at
there's a way you can color stuff in a string file.
that up there. And now that I've done that, I'm going to copy all of this. Control C it. Remember, colony cap is the top one, guys. Otherwise, I'll forget. But we've got a space between them. And we'll need to change all 24 icons into Empire icon.
If I'm not mistaken, there's a way you can color stuff in strings, isn't it?
Never something that I've come across, but I haven't done as much on strings as I think.
Oh no, wait, that was Stellaris.
Delete that information. You can use your brain for something else for that bit.
What a brain.
I have plucked the rose.
By the way, either of you, if you've decided that you've got something to show me at any point, give me a prod and I'll take a look at your screens.
Soon.
Right. I'm a bit sad that your main that your icons aren't cruisers and frigates.
What about cruiser, cruiser?
That's not how it works, Hobbs, and you know it. It's a very good system, and Gul even admitted to it in private.
I never heard this.
Only in private.
He's done more stuff in private than you would have.
Me.
Why?
Told that or what? That was quite different. Right, that's the ability done. It's applied.
It was AOTF ship icons small that I needed to change, not AOTF ship icons.
It's the same.
Oh, thank God.
Because I messed up at one point.
Thank the good.
Right. The map ability and silver asteroid with cap. Frig. Right, so what I'm working on, for those interested, probably not, but is
I'm interested.
is
Hey, I need to get poked. What's going on?
what?
The symbols are off the screen and it's gone. Understand what you're saying? Seems to be working correctly. Enterprise era ships, did they have shields? Primarily they had ablative hull
Working on
plating.
that. We had a thing where we had to talk about that, remember? But we're not. I don't think that's something we should discuss.
I think this is just something that the guys are talking.
No mines and no starbase in this system type. Ba, 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 ba. Right, let's see if it's in the galaxy scenario def. All right.
And people are suggesting buffing the armor on the NX class.
That's not how it will work, but guys,
Theoretically, there should be 48 brushes. Sure that I'm correct. 48. Okay, now we can save this. The Empire icon. Colony cap can now be taken from here. we now change the main icon into the Empire icon. Oh, you beaut! There you go, folks.
I will be making a push soon as well,
Oh god.
which affects absolutely nothing you're working on.
Oh good.
It broke everything.
Because that icon's rotated the wrong way around.
Huh?
It's upside down.
No, isn't it? It goes pointy upwards. Oh shit, I've exited again.
I'm messing with
Oh, thank Christ. I'm not saying I was upset, but I was upset.
you.
Well, I have something to share.
Well, that'd be lovely. I think people are sick of me of watching me struggle. Let's get into that and take a look at these emblems that Hobbs is working on. Hello, Hobbs.
Hello.
Well, tell me what's going on here.
So, I fixed the stock backgrounds on the background. I need to have the mouse over color change set up in a sec, but
Looking good.
now they're not stock. It's got the text back in. I just need to move the accept and decline, even though they do exactly the same thing, back up here.
Yeah, are you moving them far left and far right?
Similar to how it is on the screen.
Okay. Maybe they're... are they better off far left and far right, or just right next to each other on the left? Ooh.
I'm going to try right next to each other and see how they look, kind of parallel to the color.
Yeah, good
and
call.
then if it looks a bit weird, I'll bung the accept down here.
Okie dokie.
Bungalow.
Well, except a funny one, isn't it? Because it seems to be universally on the left for those victory condition menus, but universally on the right everywhere else. So I'm always confused about what to do with them.
Well, I can always nudge them over this corner for the option screens.
Oh, he's he's waving.
Don't die.
Oh, death.
Much death.
Oh,
Meanwhile, at the
people
front
are commenting favourably on the fact that you've got total annihilation on your computer.
Yeah.
The Vulcans are indeed mind melding.
But yeah, so that's what I've done. That's my progression.
Should you become a mod developer? There's a lot of work to put into it, and you do spend a lot. Particularly if you've got a relatively large community, and your community is very invested in you making the game. The mod, I should say. There's no way that you can stop, ever.
Ever.
So
ever.
there is that. It's a big responsibility.
Or slow down, because they'll
also,
kill you.
you'll have to deal with madmen like me.
They will kill you. But I can safely say that I've made some friends that I wouldn't give up for the world from doing this. So
I don't know who you're talking about. But
yeah, can't be you, can it? But yes, I think you meet a lot of like-minded people when you're making mods, particularly a mod that a lot of people are going to be interested in, and I think it can really enrich your life. It really can. It makes a massive difference.
it does have a slight toll on your social life.
It can. I didn't have one to begin with, so it wasn't a problem for me. Yeah, I think Crazy Vulcan's got it there.
Also, Mark, what kind of skills do you have at the moment?
It sounds like you're about to be put to work by Max.
To the work camp.
To Galatep.
We always need more icons.
Oh, poor Connor. He's still shivering about those years later.
Wish we came up with such a brilliant system with back then as we did now.
Oh, I know. It's so much easier now, isn't it? We learnt so much from STA3 that we're kind of putting into practice, not necessarily from a mod point of view, but from a modding point of view. I think we're so much better prepared to make this mod than we were STA3.
I think the rapid development early on kind of showed that, really, didn't it?
Yeah. Just never have a Max Loaf in your team. He will stare and stab you in Klingon. It's true.
True. Can confirm.
How do I ban somebody from this stream? Awesome. Can I put him in timeout?
No, no, you can't.
Come on.
Oh, I forgot you gave him the power.
It's always a mistake, isn't it?
Mark Richard says, "Oh crap." You see, Chris, I start a new map and I start out with a Magnetar like straight off the bat.
Magnetar.
Magnetar. Oh no, wait, that's Poke. That's Magnemite.
Yeah, I think it's always good to start simple, Mark. Make yourself a really simple little mod. I would suggest, at least from my perspective, I think from a time consumption point of view, coding is probably quicker. I never thought I'd say that, but I think it probably is. Like making fresh models and then having to code them into the game. Evidently, that's going to take a lot longer than simply changing a bit of code here and there in order to work out how it goes.
The best way to learn, I found when I very first started tinkering with games way back when, is literally to load up a bit of code and see what happens when you change it.
Crazy Vulcan saying that he can do 2D art.
Hire that man.
So, Crazy
both
Vulcan,
vector and pixel.
how are you? How you doing?
I mean, you don't even notice the change or colors or whips after a while, so it's fine. I mean,
It's not a chain.
Modding is a
It's a-
I mean, you feel like I just one more thing.
Ooh, lost a little bit of quality from you there, Max. Have things started downloading for you, Max?
Okay.
I'm here, but are you? Uh-oh. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's important to ask the question, can you still hear me clearly? Because if you can, then it's entirely plausible that, oh no. Oh no. I suspect, although I'm not sure, that
it's all going wrong.
Discord's decided
Right,
to have a bit of a
is this
wobbly.
better now?
Oh, much better.
Did a quick speed test. I think my disc.
Your disc?
Cord.
Oh, your Discord.
But yeah, let me just share my screen because I just finished something as well.
Okay. I'll get back onto your screen. You're not sharing at the moment, are you?
I am. I should be now. Yeah, I am.
Oh yeah, so you are. Let's open you up. Oh,
My.
getting a little bit
Oh,
of...
not that far. Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Right, so everybody can hear me. That's good. Like something was going on your end, Max.
Yeah, probably, but oh well.
Right, it seems fine now. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
So, what kind of stuff are you going to show us, Max?
Well, it's not something in visuals. Maybe a bit of visual visuals. I wonder if this change I made will make it look either really good or it will crash the game. It's something that we're going to have to test if on lower systems it might be a performance thing.
Stoner's just saying, just talking about some of the modding that he's done. Saying that he's been modding BattleTech since before it came out, which is quite impressive.
I mean, in all seriousness, to Mark and to whoever feels like it, if you feel like you've got some skills that can contribute to the project, we're always looking for people to help us out.
Always.
And indeed, if you're not interested in necessarily doing the same mod as us, you can come to us and ask us for advice. We're pretty restricted in what we really know about modding specifically. Like we're good with the Sins engine. We know a tiny bit about Stellaris. Well, some of us do. I don't.
Fetal position. Stellaris engine. No, not another update. No, don't change the entire way the ship system works again. No.
So we do know a little bit about general modding, and I think we're fairly familiar with modding concepts, so we might well be able to help in that regard.
All right. You should be able to see my screen now.
I think that's a good way for any modder to start modding.
Well, I'll be damned. It's right next to my homeworld. This is the unstable asteroid field.
If you could move the camera nice and slowly, just so I can get a little bit of picture definition. Because your upload speed isn't quite as good as it was earlier, I'm getting a little bit of a blurry image, but it's good enough. There we go, that looks good, man. Alright, so what happens with this asteroid field?
Well, if you look, for example, at this ship... Oh. Did I make a boo-boo?
It is taking damage.
Oh, I did a thing. I swapped you.
Oopsie.
Shouldn't be doing that. It should be. There we go. Is that going to have an effect right now? Probably not. Yep.
There you go, it's just updated.
Yeah, let's hope it updates it once I spawn.
Well, you should be able to, if you click on the center of the gravity well, you'll see what the ability does.
Oh yeah, it is fixed now. For example, now if you look at a cap ship, it has a reduced speed of 50%, and it gets 10 damage a second.
Okay, so it can't just sit in that asteroid field, otherwise ultimately it would be destroyed.
Yeah. The damage, of course, I've tweaked, but the thing is, so say we spawn some frigates, they'll just have their speed reduced by 30% in their turn rate.
Okay, because they're smaller ships, they're not taking direct damage from the unstable asteroids.
Yeah.
I like that. So you could potentially have a frigate/cruiser ambush in one of these gravity wells.
Yep.
Ooh, interesting.
To be fair though, I mean, I messed up in the beginning, so this one has the damage applied as well, but say we spawn some neutrals,
Isn't there a new shipping game that we could potentially look at as well?
oh yeah, there's a bunch. But yeah, the Ares will slowly get destroyed. I mean, the damage of how the damages can be changed, because I think I might want to do slightly more damage, because it's just grazing its shields now.
Did
Also,
Max just suffer a hysteria attack when naming Stellaris? Yes, he did a bit. Well, I think we were really, really excited about Infinities as a team to begin with, and because we're a very small team, we just we couldn't keep up with all the updates. It just wasn't possible, particularly as neither Bane or I were working on Infinities directly. So it was very, very difficult for the team to keep up with the updates, whereas there are other teams out there which are much, much larger, and they've got a much better chance of keeping up with those updates and making sure everything's spick and span.
Right, so let's see if we can find some ships. These are some unidentified ships that I've never seen this ship.
Yes!
Whoa.
Love that ship. This is a new one, guys. This was seen in an Enterprise episode, wasn't it?
The second one, Fight or Flight,
Fight or Flight. There we go.
in which it engaged the Enterprise.
Yeah, and
Oh, look at that asteroid field in the distance.
it looks very cool, actually. So this is one of the things that we're trying for Ages of the Federation. We're trying to go with tactics in addition to strategy, because I think strategy is something that you could do in Star Trek Armada 3.
Yeah, it's just pure strategy, but it's also going to have tactics and which ship types you can face.
Yeah, using the right ship types at the right time,
Right
and utilising them in a way that's going to maximise the benefits of them is something that we want to do. Well, as I say, Mark, I mean, you know where the Discord is, and I'm sure you all know that my name is Gul Survives on the Discord. You can message me. I can't promise you that I'll get back within 24 hours, but
and I'm VanguardGaming on there.
Yeah,
so
Max is VanguardGaming. But we will ultimately answer, and we'll try and help you in any way that we can. That's not Zindia or Andorian. In fact, it's had a lot of discussion about it, hasn't it? People have postulated that it's
We
Breen.
consider that it's. I personally believe that it's a Breen ship, even because there's a lot of visual hints towards that it is a Breen ship.
People have postulated that it's a Breen ship, and people have also postulated that it's all sorts of other races as well, but it was never actually explained.
It was never explained on screen. Preparing to engage.
Sweet time. That's another thing that you'll find in Ages of the Federation. There are two types of movement. There's battle movement and there's safe movement. So if you've got no enemy ship, that looks great. If you've got no enemy ships within your gravity well, your ships move 6 times faster than they do when they're in battle, and that's a great thing about Ages of the Federation as well. So
also a slight tweak I've done is I've linked up the duration of the muzzle and impact effects to the actual duration of the beam. You don't get that
Afterglow.
Yeah, so you don't get that thing sticking on there.
sorry that you can't hear any sound effects in game at the moment, folks. It's just because I'm watching Max's. Oh god, it's time for the Maxi pack. Looks like it could be a Lachi. That's also postulated. You're quite right, Wake.
Yeah, let's see if we can find some Alachi, shall we?
This is gameplay, Sniper. You're quite right. We're doing a little bit of modding while testing out some of the changes that we've made.
But yeah, let's show off, see if I can find some Alachi.
I'm sorry if the picture isn't quite as clear as it might otherwise be. Thank you, Hydrate Bot. Yes, the picture isn't quite as clear as it might be because I'm actually watching Max's screen through Discord at the moment as he's making some changes.
There it is.
What have we got over here then? Oh, a comet. We haven't got a release date at the moment, folks. And I apologise for that.
And again, just for asking, we're going to delay it for another half year. Speaking of Alachi...
Yes, these are actual Alachi ships. Made by Undying Nephilim, I believe.
Pretty much all the neutrals are made by Undying Nephilim.
Because he's a boss. And he won't stop. Nothing can
no,
stop him.
stock abilities, turn it off.
Nothing can stop us! I think we're quite happy with the way that the battles are going overall. There's bound to be a little bit of tweaking done. But I think the overall speed of the battles is quite nice in this one.
So you'll find that they have the shuttles as well.
Little Alachi shuttles.
And let me just pause it so you can see it. They've got the nice wave weapons as well. The crescent. So you get a nice look at the ship.
So it's still a little pixelated for us, I'm afraid, but they do look very, very nice indeed.
Let's see if we can find some other stuff that we recently added, shall we? Web spinners. Oh yeah! You know that nasty geezer Flass from Enterprise? Well, it seems that he got some ships to get away with him.
Yeah, that's something new that Max has added as well. We know that people were quite excited to see Vulcan, Andorian, Tellarite ships. Max has, over the past week, he's added some Vulcan neutrals, if you like, or at least Vulcan militia. These guys are Telas loyalists, so they're not going to be friendly to you. Excuse me. They're not going to be friendly to you, and they will fire upon you.
Admiral Betrayer Face.
Admiral Betrayer Face. Do we help Undying with his own mods? He hasn't asked us to at this point, but we would certainly be willing to if you wanted us to. He's been a massive boon to us, and we couldn't overstate his massive contribution to us. So if he ever asked us for any coding help or anything, we'd be more than happy to help him. Yeah, Vulcan fighty.
One of the few ships, by the way, which doesn't use fighter movement.
Do you know who should be fighting the Vulcans?
Andorians? Now let's spawn one of them, shall we? Now that would be special 2, I think. Yeah, there we go. Get that ship out of my sector. Oh, look at that! Look at that, folks.
Oh yeah, we've got little
Salt shuttles.
Salt shuttles, fantastic things. Can't capture neutral ships is a question that Mark is asking.
No.
That isn't our intent. No, not for this. Not for this one.
There are a lot of things that come with the. Oh, look! Explosions.
Ooh. Centurion's asking for a Connie.
I'm gonna get a Connie in there. Might as well deal with these Terran rebels, don't we?
Oh, hello. Well, they're not long for this world now. Look at all that fire, excuse me.
Them's fires. Oh dear.
Yeah, there are 2 classes of Vulcan ship at the moment, aren't there? There's the
Yeah.
What are they called? Surak?
There was a Surak.
Yeah, there was a Surak. And what's the other one called? I've forgotten.
The Dakir.
Dakir. The Donkey.
Donkey's here.
And it's dead.
I think that would probably be good for you, Saras, because as far as I can remember, you operate using a potato, don't you? I think your internet's a bit potatoey as well, bless you. Whee! Shuttle.
Oh. Let's mess with the shuttle as well.
We've also noticed, and I don't know if we actually tried to do this, but combat seems more three-dimensional in this in this mod.
But works fine actually.
It's good.
I was
It's
trying to find some more neutrals because there's a few more we've had. Cell ship. Trying to find.
It may be that we do some mirror universe storylines with some of our images at some point. Orion, he's very much become a master storyteller, hasn't he?
I could show something.
Could you?
Good. Let me go to my Imgur. I did upload a picture for internal use.
I'm scared of your Imgur.
I did make this the other day, didn't I?
Did, yeah.
I mean, might be a shame to let that go to waste, wouldn't it?
It might be a shame to let it go to waste.
Where the frickin' hell is...
The thing I most love about ModDB at the moment is in fact Centurion included. There's a bunch of people who are jumping in and they're adding to the storyline that Orion comes up with. So Orion, his name's Tim, by the way. Tim will come up with a storyline, and a lot of people elaborate or extrapolate upon it. And they'll come in with like the captain's point of view or the enemy ship's captain's point of view. And it's really, really cool to read through some of those comments after reading the initial storyline, because you get much more flavour. And I think that's what modding's all about, is adding the right flavour. And not only are we trying to do it, but our community's doing it as well, and that's the most amazing thing.
So I think these were added in the last stream.
They were, yep. Mazarites.
Trying to find the last one that I added. We had the random luck of it not spawning on the map. Luckily, considering I've already loaded the game, it'll load a lot faster.
Yes, thankfully. You'll get there, Centurion. I'm sure something will inspire you and you'll think of another log at some point in the future. I think Orion's just started on a new story arc, from what I remember, so I think it's entirely plausible that you'll gain a little bit of inspiration from that.
Somebody zoom out. Should I detect everything? Ah, there we go. Right at the starting planet. These are called the Zokan destroyers, and they're Arconian. Some people might recognize them as Zindi, these ships, but they were first
Definitely Tellarite.
They were first introduced as as an Arconian ship, where the episode where Crash lands with that geezer and they don't know how to talk to each other. They're like Aka Aka.
Darmok and Jalad.
They're saying they're Tellarite, but Tellarite ships look like this.
Terran Empire ships wouldn't be ships that we could call in for support, no. By virtue of the fact that they're very much the anathema of everything that the Federation is. So it wouldn't be
I don't
reasonable.
think they'd play ball if you rang them up.
They certainly wouldn't. They'd probably try and take over. But
Season 2 of Discovery spoiled.
there may be other types of ships that you can call in for support in the future. Naming no names.
No, I mean, this might be one of the ones you can call in, these Tellarite ships, wouldn't it?
Well, that's Indie one.
I'm very confused right now. Oh look, it's firing rockets.
Pew pew.
Bloody stock abilities.
There are also Nietzschean ships in Andromeda. Actually, they're not too dissimilar, are they? They're not too dissimilar at all. It's another Roddenberry production, isn't it? So, kind of would stand to reason that they probably reused models.
Doubt it though, because considering the time at which it shows away.
Yeah, it was about 10 years prior, I think. 8 years? 8 years prior? How long is the stream going today? Not too much longer. As you might know, Max is about an hour ahead of me, so we try not to make it too late. Right. But we're going to go for a bit longer. Are the Allied ships, Tellarite, Andorian and Vulcan, going to be part of the Federation diplomatic reason? Not diplomatic, but
There's going to be ways you can...
Yeah, we'll certainly factor them in. So if you want, for example, a Kamari in your fleet, that is likely to be possible.
Well, that almost looks like Africa now.
Right, and there was the other ship that you were working on. I don't know if you've got it in game yet. It's another neutral. It was the Trip Pregnant ship.
No, it's not in game yet.
That's not in game yet.
I also have no idea what to do with it. Might be part of an event.
Make a Trip Pregnant.
Wrist nipple.
Hashtag wrist nipples for everyone.
I actually really like the weapons on these things.
It's got that gun underneath, doesn't it? So that... There must be one ship manufacturer that's been making a whole buttload of money thanks to this.
Probably Ferengi.
Oh dear.
Quark.
Yes, brother.
Moogie.
Oh god, it's happening.
What's happening, brother? I don't understand what you're talking about.
Now you're gonna have to do Brunt.
No, I'm not. I don't do a good.
Oh.
But his grand nigger Zach is.
Jesus. Another one for the Max pack.
Oh, that's some good beetle snuff.
Jesus. Right, what have we got going on over here?
Speaking
Oh, there we are. Speaking of Ferengi.
now get me off this ship.
That ship's a total gint.
That one has Neelix. I mean, that other guy that was played by Neelix on board.
Ferengi takeover of Stellar Parallax. It's happening.
What do you mean?
We're after your Latinum, folks. Of course, we wouldn't be able to take Latinum, otherwise CBS would crawl up our bottoms.
Gold pressed Latinum, however.
Worthless gold.
I love that bit.
Will it have the cloak thing that interfered with the ship's systems? That's not our intent. Cloaky things are things we're actually going to avoid for this mod.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to continue doing a little bit of work. Can I come back to seeing what you're up to?
Yes.
Hobbsy?
You may.
Okay, let's see what's going on. Speaking of that, that's the Stellar Parallax symbol, folks. I don't know if you are aware of it, but what we use.
It's copyrighted. Don't think about using it yourself.
Is it though?
It's mine.
And yes,
Yes, you
Giro, it
admit
is. Yes, Giro, it is Zerillion. Hashtag Preggers Tucker.
Hashtag much wrist nip.
Liquidator Brunt. FCA.
CBS, crawling up everyone's bottoms for their Latinum. Oh dear. We can neither agree nor disagree with that.
Oh, look at that. Pretty buttons. Oh, that's great. I like that. They're functional.
And it works, so you don't have to press that see-through accept close thing that was maybe a little bit broken.
It's not a pound sign. If anything, it's called heck here.
Any plans for early era Cardassian ships? Gunther, I wish. No, not for this version. Not for the 4 Years' War. No, there won't be any Cardassians rearing their magnificently handsome heads.
Spoonheads.
I mean, they were still pacifists at this point, weren't they?
Magnificently handsome spoonheads.
The military hasn't taken over at this point. In the timeline.
Yeah, weren't they meant to be like artisans and like?
Mark, the symbol next to the parallax symbol.
Let him look it up.
We spoke about it earlier.
No, well, you should have paid attention at that
It's
point.
it's the symbol from Orville. Let's not be nasty about CPS because they'll know.
Oh no.
Yes, Mr. CBS. Thank you, Mr. CBS.
You're always paramount in our thoughts. Oh.
I'm just gonna go grab a drink.
I'm super excited for the new Stoic expansion. In fact, I was talking with Max about it earlier. Max and I are thinking about doing a little bit of an RP playthrough of it. So you might see more Stowe content from me, and it won't necessarily be focused on being good or effective at the game, but it will be focused on having a good time and experiencing the story arcs. So that's probably something that you're going to see in the future. I should probably actually take this opportunity while we're watching Oh, that looks great. While we're watching Hobbs do his thing, I should probably take the opportunity to apologise for the lack of content over the past week or two. I'm taking it easy with YouTube at the minute. I'm very, very exhausted from work, and there's been a few things going on recently, a couple of doctor's visits and stuff, which has kept me from really enjoying making videos. I'm feeling a lot better than I was. A lot of it's down to migraines and things connected to migraines. But next week I'm not actually at work, so I'm taking a week off work as annual leave. I'm not just working out.
Jiro just said, remembers Bridge Crew Saga. Oh no.
So I expect that I'm going to be able to come out with some really nice, or at least record some really nice quality content next week. I've got a fairly good idea about the type of stuff that I want to do, so I hope you like what starts coming out probably towards the end of next week. I'll still be doing streams and what have you, as I'm sure you've come to expect from me. I do enjoy streaming and talking to you guys.
It's a lot more direct interaction, isn't it?
It is. It's something I really enjoy. Sometimes I forget to read the comments that everybody's making, but I do my best.
Mark, I knew I recognized it. I have a friend and his wife who cosplay as the Orville captain and the security officer. Oh, the security officer. I thought the captain and the first officer. I mean, that wouldn't have been a good marriage to wouldn't it? Can you imagine, cosplaying as the captain of the Orville and also the first officer, and then you find your wife in a hotel room with another cosplayer.
He squirted ink on me. That wasn't ink. Orville is great. As I say, our dev team largely are in agreement that Orville is wonderful. We thoroughly enjoy it. I would hate to see a Targ on crack, Mark. That would be absolutely terrifying. Any plans for more Bridge Crew? There was a big update. Yeah, probably. There's been...
There's an update to Bridge Crew?
Apparently. Big one.
Is that a content?
I don't know. Gunther? Tell us all about it. Goldacat steals Voyager from Janeway. Galactic celebrations because the Prime Directive will no longer be ignored. So we've over on our Discord that both myself and Corey use. Now it was Corey's Discord for quite some time before I got involved in it and kind of started running it with him. So the vast majority of the people on that Discord, as you can imagine, are heavy Star Wars fans because Corey's mod content is exclusively Star Wars. So he's got a very, very big Star Wars following. And something that I've been really enjoying lately is there are a few guys who are absolutely emphatic that they liked Star Wars and didn't like Trek. And they've started watching the odd piece of Trek just because, people chat about it, don't they, as you can imagine in the Discord. And there's a few episodes that have really touched a few people. There was a big, long discussion about the DS9 episode Duet.
Oh, I remember reading about that. Such a good episode.
Oh, it's a wonderful episode. And it's really laced with some really deep themes, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's been really nice to see some of the Star Wars community start to appreciate Trek as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Star Wars as well, but it's nice to see people broadening their horizons, and I'm glad that we can have that kind of effect sometimes. Or at least be part of something that has that effect. Petrocell Targ. Na crack Targ. We're getting to the weird zone of comments now, I think. Yeah, Corey's keeping well. His mods are going from strength to strength. His channel's going from strength to strength. It's all looking really good for Corey. I'm delighted. I think he's just signed a lease on a new property. I think he's moving back to Ottawa soon. So that'll be interesting for him. Would there possibly be a mod with the Galaxy Quest ship, the Orville, Red Dwarf, Serenity, Andromeda Ascendant? I hate that ship. And other ships.
Here's the thing. You get to balance it if you make that, and then you're gonna have to you're gonna have to read through every single comment that all the balance is wrong forever. That's what's gonna happen.
But you could have Starbug as the shuttlecraft for Red Dwarf, and it would be amazing.
Well, we as a group, we're going to be taking a look at Ceres's computer specs. Because he sent it to me.
Why are you playing it?
Huh?
Oh, he's playing that.
Interesting.
Bloody Picard song.
so catchy.
Oh, we're going to have to get you a bigger computer, Ceres.
You don't have money to pay for your own things, let alone somebody else's.
Yeah, fair point. I can't even afford Munch. Yes, I think you might even struggle to play Star Trek Armada 3 with what you've got. Bless you. I still love you. Oh, hey Niblet, how you doing? Kevin Sorbo. What's up, nerd? Hey, am I being called a nerd, Aurelius? Don't make me come on Rust. You know what happens. Firefly is amazing. Red Dwarf is yes.
To be fair though, I want the Prometheus in there with Asgard beams. That's the Daedalus with Asgard.
Of course. Well, I was doing things, and then I got distracted. Well, I should probably start doing things again.
Yeah, what have you done during this stream?
What have you done for me lately?
Well, you know that's true. I've done a lot of stuff. We can't show that here.
Thank the good Lord. Oh, that's description string. Change that. Small info code. Icon. There it goes. Right, so the cap attack is done. Go cap carrier.
I'm gonna push my changes.
Oh, good.
That won't affect any file you're working on.
Oh, good.
Better not.
my belief is thin on the ground here. And let's go.
I just messed with the entity in the string manifest, Chris. There shouldn't be anything you're working on.
That one done. Let's see what next. Ender. As you can see, folks, this is quite monotonous and repetitive work, and it's probably why I haven't done it yet. So my apologies for not doing it at a time that was a bit more convenient for the stream. But this is something ultimately I do need to do in order to make the game better. Complete. If anybody's got any questions at all about anything really, throw it in the chat. B5 ships. Oh yeah, boy. I love Babylon 5. I don't think I'll ever get over my love for Babylon 5. I think it's amazing.
Also, of course, when we do that, we've got to have the Roger Young in there with epic theme. You know, just when the ship flies in, you'll hear the Starship Troopers theme.
Ah, I see, Ceres. That's probably a good idea on both of your parts. My favourite Babylon 5 ship, although I think it's technically from one of the films, I love the Warlock. Absolutely adore the Warlock, which is kind of a heavy destroyer that was made a little bit later on. I think it was in one of the films. Empire icon destroyer. Is that the cruiser destroyer? Is there a destroyer that's a frigate? No.
Is there a frigate that's a destroyer?
Cruiser.
Oh, I've looked at the wrong.
Cruiser.
Anyway, I was looking for the carrier, but I'm stupid.
Oh.
Range cruiser. Is the carrier cruiser the support? No.
It's cruiser carrier.
Can't find it. Not happy with this.
Cruiser.
Light carrier, possibly?
Fed cruiser carrier. It's right here.
Empire icon light carrier. I'm not actually looking for the Fed cruiser carrier itself. I know where that entity file is. In fact, you can see it here.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Empire icon light carrier? Probably. Yeah, that stands to reason.
Might be, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the only one I can find. Well, these are in a slightly different place there. Should be able to find a bit more. Cruiser. Centauri main ship is mine. Oh, nice. I really like the Narn ships overall as well. Like any Narn ships, I really appreciate it. I think they're great. The cruiser. Whoops. Don't want to scam with antivirus. Cruiser. Next. Cruiser destroyer. Yeah, Galciv 3 is quite fun for modding, isn't it? Just because you've got so many different ship sets that you can play with. Cruiser Envoy. What are you guys most excited about, kind of, with this version of Ages of the Federation?
Sorry?
What are you guys most excited about to bring to the table?
Just like I think the depth that we're going for with gameplay and how different ships will react to each other, especially in comparison to A3, that you're going to be really attached to your ships. I think that's going to be just how different it is from Stuxnet. It's one of the.
That's certainly the intent on our part. Also, the fleet sizes are going to be much smaller, so losing a ship is actually going to be much more crippling, really. Do we have icons for the cruiser specials? Are they just cruisers, really, aren't they?
They don't have icons at the moment yet.
Should we just call them cruisers for the time being?
I think we should just not give them icons for the moment. So
I'll ignore them.
figure out what we're going to do with them. Because they might get the role of a sport cruiser.
Okay, fair. Cruiser support. Support destroyer, I presume, is the support cruiser.
Yeah.
We're getting through these now, folks. Shouldn't be too long until we can go back into game. Shuttle doesn't have an icon yet, does it?
No, it doesn't.
And the freighters don't either, quite yet. We always think we've done everything and then we find something else. Ain't that life? Alright, just better take a look through the comments. Sorry, guys. Very focused on modding for a moment there. Insanity brought about by such a merge is a bit of a downside, yeah. Crusade was a Babylon 5 spin-off from A Call to Arms, yes. Centered around the White Star... Yeah, I suppose they are White Star Destroyers, aren't they? Excalibur. It had a twin ship as well. I can't remember what that was called, but it was destroyed. Gull, are you playing Boat Game as I can hear the port music? No, I'm not, no. This is... All the music that you're hearing in the background is something from Epidemic Sound. Some music I sometimes use as background music for myself. What a story the Narn have. Yes, they have a really interesting arc as a race. It's fascinating. At different points throughout the entire storyline, both oppressors and the oppressed. Mainly the oppressed. I love how you're putting more focus on individual ships and not endless swarms. Yes, so do we. The Centauri, Lando, and Jakar. Yeah, really, really good storylines. I'm looking forward to naming 3 cap ships after the Golden Girls and watching Bay Arthur slice through her enemy. Oh, God. Excalibur's twin was Victory, and it was destroyed, wasn't it, I believe? I like the fact that this mod is progressing through the time period we haven't really seen before in Trek history, save for Axanar. Axanar was only seen very briefly, or has only been seen very briefly so far, so it's nice to be able to expand on that. Have you had a chance to play the new Battletech game? I haven't, you know, Gunther. I'd like to.
What's that about, anyway?
Sorry?
What's that Battletech about?
It's a turn-based mech game.
Oh.
Looks quite interesting.
Oh, really? Really? It's a really interesting question. I just noticed that. No,
What
it's
was that?
not.
Have I missed it?
Is the Minuteman class going to from Star Trek Legacy going to be? No, it's not going to be. I was thinking of it, but it just didn't feel like it was very era appropriate the way it looked. I mean, in a way it was, but in a way it wasn't. And we already filled up our slots. It was a hard decision, though. I'll give you that.
Battletech has been amazing, says Stoner. Excellent, good to hear it. Giral is suggesting that we require a Bette Midler class starship. I agree.
By the way, Chris, this is the ship he's referring to, the Minuteman class. It's on my screen now.
Ah.
It's a very odd little...
Oh, yes. The Blobby McBlobby. It's kind of ENT, isn't it? Kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some weird things to it. I'm trying to find better pictures of it. It just didn't feel right.
It almost feels pre-ENT, doesn't it?
No, because they literally took Miranda pylons and stuff like that, and it's all right, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
You never know. It may make an appearance in the next one.
So that is, I can give you a solid no on that one.
I can give you a side fuck off.
A true victory is to make your
Oh,
enemies
Khan,
see
thank you so
how
much for the
wrong
sponsor. So nice of you.
opposed in the first place. To force them.
To acknowledge their greatness. Ah, Duka.
Time to start packing.
Time. No, I haven't.
Middler class starship is, of course, going to be.
It's necessary.
A big starship.
Chunky
Big
monkey.
class, chunky monkey. Yeah. BBW.
Oh my god. Like it when you say words.
That wasn't a word. That was an abbreviation.
It's true. On to frigate heavy. Yay.
Frigate heavy.
We're nearly done, folks. We're nearly done.
What you doing there, Hobbs?
Basically, in the game setup screen, there's a little animation
Oh.
for the ready to go for.
Oh, speaking of that,
games.
folks, I was thinking about making a little intro for us. How does everyone feel about that?
Does that need to be animated though?
It doesn't need to be, but I kind of wanna.
Do it.
Always make it a red X for not being ready.
Stop it.
So what do you think, Max?
When I signed the pact.
Jarell, thank you so much for subscribing. Really good of you. Max, do you think I should, in my spare time, make us a nice little working intro like we used to have for SDA 3?
Oh yes. Oh yes, please. Yes. Yes, do it. Just do it. I want that. If only we had the old one.
I know, I'm a little bit sad that we got rid of it.
Mark, as is a temporal Cold War going to be a feature in AOTF? I don't use Twitter or Twitch, Mark. By the way. It's not going to be a show because time travel and game mechanics don't really mix well, at least not in Sins. And the Zalkul, I mean, I don't know how we'd incorporate 1945's Earth in it, so...
Certainly an interesting question, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
mean,
you never know, we might have events that link to the temporal Cold War.
Yeah, I also get where it's coming from, considering where the bond takes place.
Got a nice question here from Centurion. This probably is more understandable to those of us who've watched Babylon 5. Who's the more sympathetic villain, Ducat or Bester? Oh, that's actually... Bester is
I know who Bester is.
played him good, that's right. That's really hard because they've both proven capable of feats of selflessness and also genuine emotion. Who do I feel more sympathy towards? Probably Bester, because he didn't have a choice. He had to be what he was. He was forced to be what he was by the system. Whereas Ducat, I feel like he had more of a choice because he spent a great deal of time in a position of privilege. He could have worked from within to try and change the system in a more effective way than Bester could have. So I'd probably say I feel more sympathy for the character.
So the thing with Ducat as well is that he kind of had that point where he could have become a good guy with is it Return to Grace? And you can see the point where when his back's up against the wall he could maybe change, but then he goes back to his normal ways, and you see deep down that's who he is.
You very much do.
God, I love that episode.
I mean, Return to Grace, which one's that one? Is that the one where he's nuts?
That's the one where he commandeers the bird of prey. He's been demoted to a freighter captain, and he has to.
That's the moment where he destroys the ship.
Yeah, he has to ferry Kira somewhere or other.
Yeah, it's
and
a diplomatic thing, and then the Klingons
it's the ultimate humiliation, and he turns it around into being the ultimate glory. I think that's the first episode with Damar in as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually found a picture. Apparently, for one of the recent conventions, Casey Briggs went in full Damar outfit, with makeup and everything.
That's genuinely awesome. The NX, what class is that when it comes to icons? The frigate?
Destroyer.
Frigate.
No, frigate destroyer.
Frigate destroyer, frigate.
Frigate, destroyer, frigate.
Not the support destroyer, is it?
No, it's the regular destroyer.
Destroyer, frigate destroyer.
No, frigate, cruiser, destroyer, cruiser, frigate, destroyer, cruiser.
I'm confused.
This frigate thing is never going to get away, is it? It's
Oh god, no.
Away.
So the only things that we're missing out really now are the special cruisers, the fighter squadrons, the cargo and trade freighters, and the construction ships.
I haven't figured out
probably
what kind of icon I want to
at
give
some
those.
point. Let's just make sure that everything is working.
Kelva.
There needs to be a car sticker for my other ship as a Hootet. If I make bumper stickers that say that, I would fully expect my entire community to buy them, so I can buy my mod colleagues.
Hobbs, don't you have the
Create a
ability
beer.
to cut the vinyl?
Oh yeah, I could do.
Oh, speaking, I still need to give you my address, don't I?
Yeah, so I can stalk you. I mean, what?
I mean, I won't bother asking you,
Well,
Hobbs, because it's international, so
Connor keeps turning up at my house, so, why not you?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Me again.
It's just, he called me on Thursday and he was like, "Go stay at your house tomorrow." I was like, "Well, all right." Why not?
Should have said, you know what you're going to do for that.
He had a charity event. Connor is.
Here's the thing, you're not a charity.
Well, some days. I'm a charity case.
That's definitely...
Connor is Killer BC or Wibblefish, as you may know him. He does a lot of charity events.
We've mentioned him on here.
Yeah. He does a lot of charity events throughout the country, and he works for a particular charity where he effectively does cosplay as a Star Wars cosplay as an Imperial officer usually, I think, and collects money for a charity that supports terminally ill children. So absolute props to him for doing that. Let us see if all of these are working as I intend them to. They're calling ships cruisers, but they're carriers really. Or are they destroyers or frigates?
Or frigate destroyer cruisers.
Aurelius, thank you so much, buddy. We're really pleased with the way it's going. The loading screen's not actually finished yet. Hobbs was having about a 2-hour bitch about it a couple of days ago, so I expect that he's going to do some more work on that.
It's on the to-do list.
How are we going to make the
By the way,
Zindi?
Chris,
Hello.
You put something on the to-do list for yourself.
What was that?
You fixed that. In It Broke 2 Electric Boogaloo, you mentioned to yourself, Gul needs to fix info card window. Shiitake mushrooms are everywhere.
Did I?
Yeah, Gul needs to fix the info card window. Shiitake mushrooms are everywhere.
Oh, I've already done that.
Ah, that's good then.
Yep.
And whenever somebody mentions shiitake mushrooms, I always have to think of that Austin Powers scene. That doesn't explain anything! I'm just more confused now.
Alright, I've exhausted my knowledge of mushrooms. Right, yes, games.
I do not.
Pull it together. Alright, so I've changed it, but I don't like it.
Mark
Do you know-
asks, is it possible to have the expanse since like fluidic space was in Armada 2, a giant map of one element?
We can have certain gravity wells. But
I think technically we can do it. Not
Max.
entirely, but we're already on our background's limit.
I'm thinking, Max. Now, when I look at the map, if you will, and I look at these ship icons, one of the guys, hey Ivanov, how you doing, my man? Some of the icons that are quite thin, they distort slightly when they're not necessarily completely straight on.
All of them will distort when they're not straight done. That's unfortunate.
Perhaps we could make them a pixel thicker in order
Here's
to
the thing,
lessen
that
the
wouldn't
distortion.
do much, and we can't really make them a pixel thicker because we don't have the space within the.
Do we not have the space internally?
No, because then letters would become illegible because of the space.
I can't hear you, mate. You need to speak up.
Sorry, we wouldn't be able to do that because then the space in between, like the icon and the actual little thing we have inside it, would not become legible anymore.
I mean, it's
the
fine
best we
from
can do.
most angles. Like, for example, like this angle, it's fine. It's just certain angles where it's, particularly if you're using twist camera.
Oh, don't use twist camera.
No dear. Up here, they look great. You can see that we've got them all up here.
Yeah.
They look absolutely lovely in the Empire window.
Isn't the destroyer sideways?
Hmm?
Isn't the destroyer in the Empire window sideways?
Fuck.
You fool!
Fool of a took!
Let's just take a look. Oh, here we go. If I check to...
Khan asks, do you plan on doing events maps like Bane did with the Nemesis map?
Yes.
Not necessarily event maps, but we will have events.
Yeah, I'm all good, Ivanov. I'm all good.
And no well probe.
How's Hellion been going this week,
What?
Ivanov? Is it all looking good? Is the stirropes ready for me to give it a little dust off?
Centurion, to answer your question, would it help or hinder to invert the colors with the empty space on the symbols? It wouldn't help because what we're trying to... a lot of the icons have like a symbol or a letter in them to denote what they are. So a colony ship would have an N in it, a carrier would have a C in it, and a support would have a little wrench in it. So if we would fill them, that would work.
I think what he's talking about is what is currently empty we fill.
I know what you mean.
What's currently filled we empty. But I don't know. We may experiment again at some point in the future. I'm fairly satisfied with what we've got right now because
So am I.
I think it's quite clear what everything is. It's just sometimes there's a bit of distortion, which is unfortunate but inevitable with this type of game.
Exactly.
May I have your opinion, gents?
Yeah, of course.
No.
No!
What do you want?
What do you want?
Bigger doors.
So I've changed this animation, but I'm not 100% happy, and I'd like your view on said.
Flashy, flashy, flashy. It's flashy.
It's a bit annoying, to be fair.
I know, right?
Can we just not have an X for not ready? I mean, it's simpler, but I mean, kind of the point of this entire UI, isn't it? To have it clean and simple.
Could you? And whoa.
To be finished. Could I?
Potentially make the tick a little bit smaller and then have a circle repeatedly drawn around the outside of the tick to show that that's where you need to click in order to ready yourself up.
Wow, you're asking a lot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So to have a circle that draws itself around.
Yeah, and then disappears and then draws itself around again.
Jesus.
Is that a bit much?
It's doable.
Say yes.
It's doable, but I don't want to.
I'm just saying, make it a little an X for not ready, a red X or something. I don't know.
An NX.
A red X.
Let's see if we've got any more
Columbia
questions,
or
folks.
Enterprise.
Endeavor.
Do you plan on doing maps like Bane did with the Nemesis map? Actually, it's something that we've discussed.
I answered that question 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know, but your answers. Sorry. Yeah. Long story short, I've got some ideas that I want to implement.
We're gonna code them.
It's me. It's going to end up me having to do it. So.
Khan, I cannot confirm or deny that the Zindi planet killer will or will not appear.
Zindi Rumpy Pumpy Killer.
Any plan for Gorn ships? Asked Gunderstrong. Not in this release.
Not in this release. But Ages of the Federation isn't necessarily going to be a single release, depending on its success and how long we're able to go, and whether the team want to keep going after the 4 Years' War. Which I rather suspect I'll want to, but I can't speak for the rest of the team.
I think I definitely want to do the second one.
Well, yeah, the second one involves TMP, and you know how excited I get with that.
I know!
Like, if I'd been given the choice, I'd be doing the TMP one now. But
we could.
no, we're doing this one first. We're doing it right.
Akulas, constitutions.
Oh, you're a cooler too.
He's a cooler guy.
I love puns.
Caps. Celsius is Titan. Katinga's is like buildable crew caps. Connie's refitting to TMP Connie's. Gonna be so cool.
And Rathacon phases.
Yes! Buzz.
Piece of candy. Right.
Anyway, what?
Yeah. Before we get all confused.
To be fair, Chris, I'm the Lost Era one is also pretty cool. You know that we're planning. It went back. It's live now. And bloody YouTube delay.
Has he fixed it?
Can he fix it? Probably not. I think we're probably okay now.
Potentially.
Twitch seems fine now.
Are we okay, folks?
Twitch
Seems to have recovered. Okay. Yeah, for some reason it went to 0 kilobytes per second. I don't know why that happened.
YouTube's good as well.
It probably decided to throw a wobbly for no acceptable. Yeah, so what we're attempting to do, folks, is, well, these menus. I'm not going to be doing that today, but I imagine in a couple of streams, or maybe even the next stream, I'll have the basis for a new menu. If you guys have played Sins of the Prophets, I expect it to be more in line size-wise with the Sins of the Prophets menu, so it's going to be much bigger.
Oh my god, I need to get this. I just saw on my thing that Good Old Games has re-released Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Oh god.
What, the pod racer?
Yes!
Oh my god.
I need to get that. I love that game as a kid. It was one of the most brutal racing games as well.
Seems good
And
now.
apparently it
Everything's fine.
works on modern PCs as well.
Good stuff. Well, is there anything else that you guys want to know or would like to take a quick look at before we end the stream?
I'm not. I've got nothing to show at the moment.
Two Connies fighting each other.
Oh my god, this game. Oh, this game.
No.
If they only now re-release Star Wars Phantom Menace the game.
I'll show you something else instead.
It's funny Centuria's mentioned that. I really want that as an event in the next one.
Which one?
The M5 battle. We can have an event which spawns a Connie with the M5 computer.
Yes, we can. And we can also make sure it spawns for the Federation. Were we supposed to show this thing off? We haven't set up the weapons for it proper, have we?
Matter. Weapons aren't finished at this point. And also it's got a Klingon shield at the moment.
And it's got stock fight.
Really like the sounds that the weapons make.
Wrecked. God, that thing turned out great, didn't it, Hobbs?
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so good.
Apologise for the red shield.
Should
Oh, Ceres asks, what is it?
Oh,
get out!
yeah.
This is the original Romulan ship.
Stay hydrated, bot says you've been at least live for over 2 hours. But at this point in the project, you should have consumed at least 8 ounces of water.
I've drunk 8 ounces of coffee! Yeah, really, buddy. This was first seen in the original series, TOS.
Kind of iconic.
Yeah, she's very much an icon. There's loads of theories about this bird of prey as well, isn't there? That it was made with stolen Federation technology, all sorts of stuff like this. Oh, and she's absolutely decking Archer.
There's also a TMP era Federation ship that's based on the design of that, which looks
fan
really
design.
weird. I know it's a fan design, but it just looks so
Oh,
funny.
look, there goes Archer.
Oh no. To be fair, that's the
Look at the
equivalent of the Defiant blowing up the ISS Enterprise, isn't it? In terms of era difference.
Yeah.
The one thing, we haven't really looked at many Romulan ships, have we? Are we ready to do that yet? Or should we not?
We'll leave that. It's a lot.
There's a lot of them.
There you go. We've seen one anyway.
Right now, bastards.
Hmm?
I've been shown off on my DB yet, Chris.
Oops.
It's a unique preview.
Oops.
Another one.
Tell me you're not spawning.
Dun 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 dun.
Oh no, you're just spawning 2 Connies to take the damn thing out.
Take out the trash.
Quick, hide it in a comet.
You're a comet.
Actually, that didn't work, so don't do that.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh.
Ready to move out. Our orders, Commander.
Oh yeah, we haven't done anything with these.
They do have Type 3 shuttles, yeah. They are functional. They are fed shuttles. No, they don't have it.
Are they ones? Are they the ones we saw earlier, or are they different ones?
They're different.
I
They're TOS shuttles.
haven't even seen these yet.
Ready to
Yeah,
move
just
out.
zoom into a shuttle once it's spawned.
Why have I not seen this yet?
Ha! Oh wow.
They have different windows, Hobbs, and a different texture. Doors.
Do they have the little landing thing at the back?
Must they do?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, the shuttles are having a bad time.
We're leaving now.
Oh! Bill and Bob the Flower Pot Men. I've got to say, this Titan is acquitting itself pretty damn well against 2.
Oh, those engines on the inside, they look great. That worked.
They do. They look incredible. Go with me, Constitutions.
Where are you going?
There are you going?
I know Das Romulans are scary, but look, you need to turn around, otherwise you're not going to be fighting.
Serve. To protect and serve. Our orders, Commander.
Oh, he's smoking.
Oh, we actually got to see some of the Federation pulse weapons, which are anti-fighter in nature.
I don't know.
Oh, the twist.
Players will only be able to build one Titan. We're spawning them in at the moment, though, so I can have a bit of fun. Should the Romulan bird of prey be doing worse than this? Maybe.
Our Titan shields have failed.
Almost certainly.
Has it got stock health at the moment?
No. Maybe. I don't know, actually. I cannot answer this question.
Our orders, Commander.
I do not know.
I think a lot of the damage being done to the Connies are actually from these fighters.
Sorry?
I think a lot of the damage done to the Connies so far has been these fighters.
Might be.
She's getting towards dead.
Nearly done.
Oh, look at that as well. You've got the when a ship is very heavily damaged, of course, you've got the electrical fires and fires themselves, but you also have this plasma leak coming out of the nacelles in the case of some ships, and I absolutely adore it.
All of them.
All of them.
That port nacelle is buggered.
Shit's on fire, yo.
Oh no, starboard as well.
The explosions aren't complete from this ship yet, as you can see. that's a stock explosion. More than likely be.
Whoa!
Oh my god, it Genesis deviced.
Genesis device. Is that a plural?
Yep. That's what happens when you Genesis device.
Rip not yet Sarek. That's it.
Not yet, sorry. Ah, Commander, not yet, sorry. I shouldn't find that so funny.
Say what you want, Sarek's just a Romulan defector.
It is a well-earned death, you're not wrong.
Our Titan shields have failed.
Certainly sounds like these fighters are the primary cause of difficulty.
Probably.
Are you actually playing Pod Racer right now?
Yes.
Okay, I want to
And
see.
God.
Oh.
Oh,
Um,
oh no.
Why no pod racer?
Why not Pod Racer?
working?
Ah, pod racer.
There's a bug. I can't rotate my camera back.
Well, you can see what's happening behind you. That's a handicap.
I need to restart the game. Hold up.
Was that the Monster Energy logo a second ago?
No, that's just the logo of the countdown. Just restart the game. I mean, this is just a nostalgia trip for me.
Right, folks. It is time that we ended the stream. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen today. I hope we've been able to show you some of the nice work that we've done over the past week or so. And we'll be back next Wednesday with another stream. I don't know who's joining me. Usually,
I'll be joining you.
yeah, usually Max makes himself free, but of course, anybody else who joins it is dependent on their personal schedules. I don't know if you're going to be available, are you, Hobbs?
I may be. I will let you know.
Well, if you are, great. And of course, we might have Connor or one of the other mods. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a lovely evening, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it.
Yes, it was great.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Bye.